Hi there, this is the final in a three-part series of short videos that we've created to support you with each step of the process around submitting your teacher-assessed grades, centre-determined grades and grades for any applicable Evolve units for Category A qualifications. We do recommend that you watch all three of these videos if you can. Now, there is a user guide for you to use. It's available on the COVID-19 page of our website. Just click on the link for system guidance, information and generic forms. And we really highly recommend that you use this guide to support you with the submission of grades and evidence. Now, all of the information that's in this video with some additional detail can be found within section 4 of this guide. Now, just a reminder of the qualifications which are in scope for alternative results submissions. Teacher assessed grades along with the evidence that has determined that grade must be submitted for technical qualifications, the extended project qualification and core maths, but depending on the eligibility or whether all options have been explored first, TAGS, teacher assessed grades, along with the evidence which has determined that grade, may be submitted for functional skills, which is the Legacy 3748 as well as the reformed 4748 qualifications, as well as ESOL, Essential Skills Wales and Northern Ireland, and the Category B1 VRQs. So just to explain that further, the table on screen highlights the approach to evidence for the different qualification types. Now, unless you're submitting tags for technical qualifications or the extended project qualification, where evidence is required in advance, all other qualifications will only require the evidence to be uploaded on request, and you'll be contacted directly by our quality team. Where this is required, we'll send you an email. It's important to note that where we make these requests, we ask that you upload your evidence quickly to ensure that there's no delay to the process. Now, where evidence is not received, or if there's a significant time that's taken to provide the requested evidence, results may be delayed, unfortunately, and ideally centres should ensure that evidence submission requests are actioned within 3 working days. So for submitting your supporting evidence, we're using what's known as our quality delivery portal for centres who need to submit their samples of evidence as part of the external quality assurance review process. Now, we've already set up at least one primary user for each centre based on what we know you're intending to submit for tags or centre determined grades. For technical qualifications and the extended project qualification, the primary account holder will be the person you informed us of as the main point of contact for technical qualifications or EPQ in the 2020-21 academic year. For functional skills, ESOL, and essential skills, it'll be the person who submitted the eligibility rationale form for the submission. And for VRQs, it'll be the quality contact at your centre. So that's the person that we normally contact for all matters relating to quality assurance activities. Now, just some tips around preparation for while you're gathering and collating your evidence. We recommend that in preparation for accessing the quality delivery portal for uploading that evidence, you collect all of the pieces of evidence for each learner, combine it into one folder on your computer for ease of upload. It just makes the process a lot more streamlined for you. What we'll be doing is asking you to put all of the pieces of evidence into one location for each learner. Keep the learners' enrolment numbers at hand too, because what you'll be doing, as well as the grade that you'll be assigning the learners, what you'll be doing is asking this to be entered onto the system. Now, this is not the tool for submitting the grade, just to make that clear. This is just a tool for submitting the evidence to us. The grades have to be submitted through walled garden, so do watch the other videos that we've put together. Now, the benefit of entering the grade onto this tool, onto the quality delivery portal, it just helps the EQAs to see at a glance all of the information that they need for each learner, rather than having to dig through every single document that you might have uploaded. If you're uploading evidence for functional skills, ESOL, essential skills qualifications, you also need to have your eligibility booking reference handy, because we also ask that you detail this next to your submitted evidence. Ideally, the number of documents should be kept to a minimum. Where possible, the evidence for the full tasks and assessment should be kept together in a single compressed file. Any scanned evidence should be compiled as one document to PDF, ensuring that each piece of evidence is clearly labelled prior to scanning for easy reference as well. Any documents scanned in should be checked for clarity, particularly with handwritten documents. It's often unclear once they've been scanned in that when we download it on the other end, for us to be able to understand and read through the evidence that's been provided. And photo evidence should be kept to the minimum, such as specified in the Synoptic Handbook for Technical Qualifications. And finally, we recommend the use of lower resolution formats for videos and pictures, or using a converting software. Only short extracts supporting the illustration of candidate performance should be used. So when you're logging into the Quality Delivery Portal for the first time, the login screen is actually really straightforward. All you need is your username and password. If you forget your password or need it to be reset, then please contact the quality team who can assist you with this. When you log in, you'll see the home page. You have a few options available to you. So first of all, you'll see the ampersand icon there. That is for changing your password or for logging out. There's a link also for requesting additional user accounts, which I'll cover in the following screen. You can access our support page. There's a link to that on the home page for you. And then there's the contact details for your quality teams. And obviously the Quality Delivery Portal is used by multiple qualifications, so there's different quality teams that you can contact for various purposes. Now, as I said, you can request additional accounts. Now, unfortunately, it's not possible for centres to independently create these additional accounts in the system at the moment, and they have to be requested. However, the process is really simple. Once it's requested, the new user should receive their account details within a few hours. All you have to do is simply click on the link on the home page to request additional account holders to be created. You'll then be taken to a new tab in your browser, where you will be prompted to complete a form providing full details of the additional account holder, and just let us know the qualification groups which the new user needs to be provided to, and when you're finished you click submit, and the new user will get their account details very quickly within a few hours. So once you're logged in, you'll need to find where your qualifications are and where you need to upload your evidence. Once logged into the portal, you select the Submissions tab from the menu on the left hand side. You'll now see a Search Submissions screen. All you need to do is enter some information into the course box to bring up the qualification, component or group of qualifications for which you need to upload the evidence. Now, as I've mentioned before, this tool is being used by multiple different qualification groups, so I'll split this into the different sections now. So if you're looking to find the location where the functional skills, ESOL, essential skills evidence needs to be uploaded to, you need to search for the submission window within the course's text box. We've titled this FSFSW2 for the functional skills, ESOL and essential skills submission window 2. If you just simply type FSF into that box, it will start to filter to this selection for you to choose. Once selected, you click Search Submissions. So similarly for VRQs, if you're looking to find the location where to upload the evidence for your VRQ students, you need to search for the submission window in the course's text box. Now, depending on the information you've provided to us in your Centre Policy and Approach form, we will have created a window 1 or a window 2 for you to submit your evidence to. We've titled these, for example, VRQ SW1 or maybe VRQ SW2, and that will bring up the window that you can select. Now, by typing VRQ into this box, it'll filter down to the selection of either window 1 or window 2 for you to choose from. Once you've got it selected, click on Search Submissions. So another one, project qualification. For the extended project qualification, you need to search for the qualification number in the course's text box, and by starting to type 2935 into that box, it will filter to the selection for you to choose from. And again, once selected, you click on Search Submissions. Now, for technical qualifications, there are actually two components for which evidence needs to be uploaded. That's for the synoptic component and the exam component. Now, to upload evidence for the synoptic component, you need to search for the qualification number in the course's text box. So, for example, by starting to type 6002 in that box, it'll filter to that selection for you to choose from. Again, once selected, click on Search Submissions. Now, for the technical qualifications exam components, evidence also needs to be uploaded for those as well. Now, to upload the evidence for those components, you need to search for the exam code in the course's text box. Now, by starting to type ANIM into that box, for example, it'll filter to this selection for you to choose from. Now, that's the code for animal care, management, technical qualifications, and that code is specific for the industry area, and a list of codes can be found within Appendix 2 of our user guide, which is on the website. Once you have it selected, you click on Search Submissions. So the table here shows all of the exam component codes for technical qualifications. These can be found in Appendix 2 of the System User Guide. But just as a reminder here, you can see that some of the qualification groups, such as animal care or construction, they do have exams available as written exam components or multiple choice components. And if you've used both types of exam, then a sample of evidence is needed for both types. So please refer back to the centre guidance for technical qualifications if you need further information on this. So what you'll see for technical qualifications or the extended project qualification, once you've accessed the course that you need, a list of components will be displayed. This is providing you've already made the bookings in Walled Garden for the components. So on the left hand side of the screen, you'll see the different synoptic assignments that might be available. And on the right hand side of the screen, if there are multiple choice exam components and the written exam components, you'll see the options there available for you. So you need to then click on the red text to access this. For functional skills, for ESOL and essential skills, it'll look a little different. Now, if we've successfully received and processed your eligibility bookings, an evidence folder will simply be there with your centre number. And again, just click on the red text to access this. For category B1 VRQs, we will have received notification in your Centre Policy and Approach form that you intend to submit grades and evidence within a particular submission window. So an evidence folder with your centre number will be here for you to use. And again, click on the red text to access this. So for all of the different types of qualifications, regardless of functional skills, technical qualifications, project qualifications or VRQs, etc., you will all be taken to a screen where you can see lots of different tabs, and you'll be on the course tab initially. Now this screenshot here just happens to be an exam component, but all of you will be taken to the course tab. What you'll need to do is click on the evidence tab to access the evidence folder. That's just the tab next to it. So the first time you access this screen, you'll see that there are no records to display, and that's just because you've not yet uploaded any evidence, so don't worry about that. To begin your upload and to create a folder of evidence for each candidate, then click on Evidence Wizard and a pop-up will display. You then just need to click on Upload Evidence. Now when you're selecting your files for upload, just click on Browse for Files in the Upload tab. It'll pop up with your File Explorer screen, and when uploading candidate evidence, please select all the files that you can together at one time to put together into one folder for each candidate. Then you just click Open from your File Explorer screen. You'll see a green loading bar as each file loads into the system, and once the upload is complete, the files will be visible within the uploaded files list. Now don't click Save yet, because there's a couple more steps to complete. So next we need you just to click onto the Details tab. Now for candidate evidence for technical qualifications, the extended project qualification for VRQs, we ask you to rename this collection of evidence with the candidate's enrolment number and the name, so ideally in the format ENR, first name, last name. If you're creating a folder of evidence, however, that's not related to a specific candidate. So, for example, if you're putting these collection of documents together for the IQA records, then just clearly title them. Comments in the description box are not required, so just leave that blank. As I mentioned earlier, for functional skills, ESOL and essential skills qualifications, it's really useful to have the eligibility booking ID at hand, because we ask you to name the evidence file with the candidate's name, the enrolment number, the qualification and assessment number, plus the eligibility booking ID. Again, if you're creating a folder of evidence that's not related to a specific candidate, with the IQA records, for example, then these should just be clearly titled. And again, the comments in the description box are not required for functional skills, ESOL and essential skills qualifications. Now there's another tab that we need you to go to. If you're uploading candidate evidence, click onto the Type tab, and we ask you to put a tick against the candidate's grade. This just helps the moderator or the external quality assurer to easily confirm the candidate's grade. However, this should be also clear throughout the evidence submitted, in the documents that you've been uploading. Remember, we don't need you to submit evidence for fail grades. That's why that's not available in the list. And just again, a reminder that this is not when you're submitting grades. This is just so that we can inform the EQA of the grade that is against this evidence. Once that grade's selected, you can click Save. What you'll get is a pop-up to confirm that the evidence has been successfully saved, and just click Close on that. So if you followed the last few steps, you'll see within the evidence folder, starting to build, will be the candidate's ENR and the name that you entered, along with the image of a zip file, and the grade will be visible within the type box. What you need to then do is just repeat that process again by clicking on Evidence Wizard, until you've created all the folders for each candidate within this component or the assessment that you need to submit evidence for. So that's really the end of the process. In your centre, you may have multiple qualifications that you need to submit evidence for, so you just need to return to the submissions page and repeat the process for all of the components until you've created the folders of evidence for each candidate that you need to submit evidence for. Now, obviously, we understand that you might need some help or advice with this process, so please do get in contact with the quality teams who are available to support you. Now, there's a team for functional skills, ESOL and essential skills, Wales and Northern Ireland, and they're available on fs.quality@cityandguilds.com. For support with category B1 VRQs, there's vrq.quality@cityandguilds.com. And for support with technical qualifications and the extended project qualification, get in touch with technicals.quality@cityandguilds.com. We're all available on the same phone line, that's 0300 303 5352. So please do get in touch if you need any help, and we're happy to support. Thanks again for listening. Take care and goodbye.